Hey everyone, it's I, Nextdoor Gamer. I'm doing, hopefully, the last update on the new floor saga that's been going on since I want to say August. So, work has been done. The floor is not in yet, but the foundation has been fixed. So, a guy came, I want to say last Tuesday. So, this is Wednesday, what's the day today? What's today? The 5th. So it's November 5th. So not yesterday, but the week before. Uh, the foundation guy came and put down like this black tar stuff, and it's like a rubber flip over. So this stuff there. So they applied this, and they were like, "Oh yeah, it'll be done. It'll be dry by Friday. You'll be good to go." And apparently he put a little too much, a little bit too much on. So I heard him tell the landlord, "Oh, it probably won't be done till Monday." It is now Wednesday, and it's still not dry. It's dry in some spots, so like, show you guys a little bit. So like, some of these spots are dry. So oddly enough, I think a lot of like the really reflective spots, like not there. But like, there's some spots that are like actually dry. Like here's dry, but like here's not. It's all squishy. So, like, once this is, which I'm hoping by Friday. So like in 2 days since I'm recording this. But let's be honest, probably going to be longer because that's just how things are. I basically have that little heater and that fan running non-stop to try and get stuff dry, because the guy told me to like have the fan running on it to help dry it quickly, since at the time we didn't have a heater. And I went out the day after this stuff was applied and bought a little heater to try and speed up the process. So yeah, hoping it'll be dry by Friday and the guys can come in, do what they have to do to build the wall, build the floor, do what they need to do, and also fix out there where we had the flood and the pipe burst and all that. Hopefully, like, if it's not started by the weekend, because that stuff has to be 100% dry before they can build the floor. So if it's not, then I'm hoping work will start Monday. So I think it's supposed to be like a 2-3 day job. They have to put up rebuild the wall here. I mean, they have to rebuild the wall here, put the drywall up, and then the floor. So hoping once work is started, I'm gonna say, as much as I would love for work to get started on the weekend, I'm gonna be kind of a realist, and given how things have been going, and I'm gonna say hope work will get started Monday. That's my hope. Ideally sooner, but Monday will probably be the day the stuff gets started. I'm hoping that the people can work for the 3 days, and hopefully the floor will be in on Monday, or not Monday, on the Wednesday. Everything will be done by then. Maybe the Thursday, but then hopefully I'll have a floor by mid next week. And then I have to go through the trouble of moving everything back in. And because of the floods, let me take you guys on a little walk of all the crap. So, because of the flood, like my old desk, like that's my old desk here, it got completely destroyed by water. Like, so you might not be able to tell, but like a lot of my shelves got like completely waterlogged. So I eventually have to move all this stuff back in to the room here and replace all the shelves and my desk. And like, I'm hoping to also do that next week, but it's hard to plan when to go out with a friend to do a shop to replace that stuff when the floor's not put in yet. So it's a whole thing, but I'm hoping next week the floor will be in, and I can start actually having a room. Like, this has been such a saga. Like, I'll definitely do a stream once everything's all good and set up, and I have plans on what I want to record. And like, it's been interesting because I'm actually going to take you guys upstairs, because it's just a little too dry down here because the heater's been running basically for like a week straight. So we turn the fan back on, then I'll kind of wander upstairs, take you guys with me. But yeah, so I do have plans for the upcoming sorry, as I said, real dry in my basement, and that you guys can't see me at all. Trust me, I am here. You can see the reflection in my glasses. So yeah, like, house has been really, smelly as well. That rubber stuff has, well, it smells like melted rubber. If you ever went into like a tire shop, it smells like that, but stronger. Okay, now I'm in my living room, just doing a quick little chat here. So my plan's coming up. I think, well, backtrack quickly. It's been interesting because I haven't really, obviously I haven't streamed or done anything for the past like few months, and it's been nice to have that break where I can't stream or do any of that stuff. Like, technically I could have, like, I have a card table, like a folding card table. I could have put that down and hook stuff up on top of it where it wouldn't get wet if it rained and the basement flooded. But that's a lot of hassle. So, 1 second, I'm thirsty. So that's a lot of hassle. Pain in the ass. Like, if I had to, I could have, but wasn't really necessary. So I figured it's been interesting having 3 months. August, September, October, going on 4 months of no streaming, no YouTube, none of that stuff for these updates. Because I've honestly missed it a lot. And like, it was one of those things where if I went these 3 months and I didn't really miss it or care, it's like, okay, maybe I don't need to go back into it. But the other thing is I do. I want to get back into it. I'm thinking about stuff I can record. I have plans for December. Loose plans. I don't plan stuff out too tightly because every time I plan stuff, it ends up backfiring. So it's one of those things where it's like, I have ideas. I have loose plans. I'm thinking for when I'm back, like, if the room is done, let's say by Wednesday next week, I'll probably be Thursday, Friday, and like the weekend getting the room set up. Hopefully my friend can take me to do the shopping I need to do to get like replacement shelves and desk. So I'm hoping by the start of not next week, but the week after, I can get back into the routine of posting stuff, recording, and doing all that fun snazzy stuff. So that's the plan there. Few ideas I have in mind. One, I wouldn't mind finishing, what was I just playing? Dark Souls 2. I wouldn't mind finishing Dark Souls 2. But I also don't want to just play that because I, would like, to keep things relatively fresh. I know Abiotic Factor is fully out now. And that's exciting because I really enjoyed that. So I'm tempted to dip my toes in that again. I think the full version of Oh, also, my cat's here. She's being cute. But yeah, also the full version of Supermarket Sim, I think is out, or a recent update came out, so that might be fun to do for a stream or two. What else? I know for December, since I wasn't able to do anything fun for spooky season this year, I was thinking have basically Halloween in December. Spooky stuff in December. Not full horror games, because I don't really like horror games. But spooky adjacent, like maybe dip into the forest. That's been easily a decade since I've actually recorded that. Like, I've dipped my toes in, I think, like once or twice in like the 10 years I haven't like recorded it. Which, if you haven't seen it, go back on my channel. It's up there. So it's been a while since I've played that, so that might be fun to visit. I probably can't afford to buy Son of the Forest due to lack of funds. Like any extra money I have is going to replacing damaged furniture. Like, hopefully I can salvage some of my furniture, but it's hard to really check it with literally no space down there. Like, you guys saw, like, that little walkway. That's all I have. Like, that's just to do laundry. So any extra money I have will be going to replacing, fixing, whatever. But so I would like to do Son of the Forest, but I don't think I can afford it. But like, there are other games I can play. I could do Avionic Factor, since there's some creepiness to that, but I don't know. I wouldn't mind revisiting Inscryption. It's been 5 years since I think I played that from the start. That game is really cool. I wouldn't mind dip my toes in that again. And I'm sure there's other games I have and stuff I can find that I can visit. Another one, a game that I used to play every year around Halloween, was the original Luigi's Mansion. So, with the setup and stuff that I have, I should be able to set up my Wii to use it to play GameCube games, and then do some GameCube games, and one of which could be Luigi's Mansion. Something I was thinking about with that as well is, because I'm able to, with the rig I have, play older consoles, maybe having like a month dedicated to, or even like 2 months, maybe in the new year, we'll see, dedicated to each console, because there's a lot of games I haven't played in like a long time. There's a lot of games that I just haven't played or haven't played enough. So I wouldn't mind just being like, oh, for like December and January, maybe I play a bunch of GameCube games. Maybe dabble in some of the Wii. The Wii is a little iffy because the roof in my basement is only like 6 foot tall. I'm 6'3". If I need to do motion controls, I'm punching the roof. I punch the roof as is anyways, so it's one of those like, I would rather not injure myself. But that's the thing I could do. I could do like GameCube games for a couple months and then switch to like the PlayStation, the PS2, play a handful of games from that, and then move to like the next console, do some like computer games in between. Because I have like so many games on Steam that I want to get through, and there's a few games I wouldn't mind picking up at some point. So I don't know. Like, I have a loose plan. As I said, I don't like playing stuff to a T, because that stuff comes out and I'm like, ooh, I want to play this, but I can't because blank. Now I can, I don't like doing that. I don't like feeling like I have to get through XYZ before I can do A. I like having like my schedule somewhat loose, so if I change it up or I get bored, people get bored, I can do so. Then as for YouTube, so what to post on YouTube? I have considered getting Dragon Age going again, because that was one of those series where it wasn't doing too good initially, which I don't usually care too much about like views. I do stuff just for fun. But that was one of those games where it kept crashing. I kept having like little issues with it. And then no views on top of it. I was just kind of like, maybe I'll drop it. But it's one of those playthroughs that's actually gaining a decent amount of traction. Like, think one of them has like 30 something views, which may not be a lot in comparison to like the bigger YouTubers, but for me that's a decent amount of views. So it's one of those like sleepers where it wasn't big initially, but it's starting to gain traction. So I might dip my toes in that. Oh, another game I wouldn't mind streaming is because I played through Pokemon Blue and Red. I wouldn't mind playing through Pokemon Yellow next. Do a fun little challenge of that. That might be kind of interesting and fun to do. And then eventually going on to Gen 2, Silver, Gold, and Crystal. But, one step at a time. What else? Lost my train of thought. Tracking it. Nope. Lost it. Gone. But, yeah, so that's kind of like at least a rough plan. Oh, yeah. So to start, maybe do like an episode of Dragon Age, maybe like one a week. But I'll make them like an hour or so long. Like just do one solid hour or so of playing it. And then I'm not sure like what to do in between. Maybe that's a thing I can do the Pokemon I'll play through for. If not, there's been a couple games that I've been eyeing. I'm trying to like remember what they were. I could start up that what was it? Something a Model? That RPG I played last year and then just didn't stop playing because I disliked it, but just life. So that I don't know. There's stuff I can do. I'm not too worried. I'll find something. But definitely let me know in the comments if there's a game you want to see me play. Oh, something I was thinking about trying as well. I don't own it yet, but I'm thinking once the floor is built, putting like $20-$30 on Steam and grabbing a few games. And one of which I was thinking about grabbing was Repo. I don't really have people to play with, but I thought it might be interesting to just kind of go into that game somewhat blind. Like I know a decent amount about the game, but I never played it, so I thought that might be fun to do solo. If I can find some buddies, that might be fun. But maybe picking up that there's another game. I can't remember. I've heard of a couple RPGs that maybe I'll pick up at some point in the future as well. One's like a mockery, like a satire, but actually really good RPG as a whole. Like Skyrim-like game, which sounds cool. I can't remember what it is off the top of my head. And then I looked at another one called Hornwell something well, where it's like a survival RPG where you build up like your country essentially, and you try to take over the queen, but you start off like with nothing. I thought that sounds up my alley. So there's a lot of stuff I can do, a lot of stuff I can record, a lot of stuff I can stream, and I also want to do art stuff again. I do enjoy doing art streams and stuff, so I wouldn't mind getting into that. And then finally, one more thing for YouTube stuff. So I mentioned in the past I do want to do game reviews, which I'm all for, but an issue I've come into is just I have the type of mindset where I have a hard time juggling like multiple different topics. So if I want to, do a review of like, let's say 3 different games, I have to do them chronologically, and if I don't, I struggle real hard to write and do stuff. So, and then that makes me hesitate to push further, do anything else, and it's just a whole lot of me doing nothing because I haven't done the previous things I wanted to do. So I was thinking of a way I can do reviews, but not feel so tied down. And though I wouldn't mind doing some more like really in-depth reviews, retrospectives, that sort of thing. Um, I was thinking to kind of like get into the habit of just kind of talking about stuff, having more like a more reviewer brain, that sort of thing. Doing not really like a podcast. Like I could make it do a podcast if people want me to, but doing like kind of revising my Let's Talk series I did before, where I just kind of talk about whatever I watched or whatever movie, TV, game I seen, and I just kind of talk about it. And I'm thinking, uh, basically kind of doing what I'm doing now, but more, comfortable at my chair, my desk, chatting. But over the past 3 months of me being basically not able to stream and stuff, I've been playing a lot of games in my free time. I played through Sakuna of Rice and Ruin. I played through Disgaea 4. Star Ocean, The Divine Force. And I'm about to beat my first run of Tactic Ogre. I'm on chapter 4. I want to say the chaotic route where I didn't murder all the innocent people. So, I wouldn't mind just sitting down and be like, hey, I played through blah, and this is what I thought of blah. And maybe that will spark further review down the road. But the issue with like doing reviews as well, like full review, footage, all that, is storage. I heard like a weird... Oh, my cat's snoring. So... Storing the footage is a problem. I don't have proper storage to store footage for games. Like I was gonna do like a Pokemon Blue review at some point, and I still might do like a retrospective of that. I wrote a bit of it and then just stopped. But the issue was just saving the footage. Like my computer only has so much space. I don't have the money to buy a terabyte or two hard drive. Honestly, I'll probably need more than that at some point. So the issue is just like storing the footage until I can work with it. And that was another big issue I was running into when it came to making reviews. I just can't hold the footage, and like I can't store the footage. I can't also I can do either storing the footage and running reviews, or recording Let's Plays and my streams. I can't do both. Honestly, even doing like the Let's Plays and stream is the constant struggle of like, okay, I have to basically record and upload immediately, make sure everything's good, and after a week, delete it because I don't have the storage. I just can't. Even games, like I had to like delete, uninstall Baldur's Gate 3 because it just takes up so much space, and I could not have that and footage. Like, Baldur's Gate is essentially like 5 videos worth of stuff. Like, it is a thick boy. So, yeah. So, until I can get a better storage system, which requires money, which I don't have, I'm thinking this is like just the best idea of getting like reviews, my thoughts out there, exercising that like thought process a little bit, and kind of like wetting that whistle to get me in the mindset of making more reviews. But if I don't want to buy the thing if I'm not going to use it, so it's one of those like, I'll do like the little Let's Talk series, maybe make it a podcast at some point. I've been working with the idea of starting a podcast, have a name. I was designing a logo and then wasn't sure about it, so I just kind of stopped it. But I don't know, we'll see. We'll see. But for now, I'll end it here. Been talking for 25 minutes. That's a lot. That's a lot of talking. Hope you guys found this interesting. I'm sure one person would watch this. If you did, thank you. Thanks for watching. Hello. And yeah, I'm hoping I'll be back with the flow in 2 weeks because I am so tired. I am so tired of this. But stuff's getting done. Floor will be done soon. Cold weather's creeping in, and I'm hoping that I can be back in the YouTube streaming flow. I also wanted to do a Minecraft thing, and I can't remember what that was. I had a fun Minecraft series. One, I wouldn't mind dipping my toes into Pixelmon again. That'd be fun. I tried, official servers. They were shitty. So maybe I'll just play Pixelmon single player, because that's me. That's my jam. But I'm trying to think of what else I can do. There's something else I want to do, Minecraft related. Maybe build a zoo? Is that it? Play through modern Minecraft, because I know there's a lot of new mobs, a lot of new entities, so building like a zoo and getting like some of each. If I could also do mobs, that'd be fun. Don't know how I would catch all the mobs, but we'll see. We'll see. But that's it for now. I do appreciate you guys listening, and as I said before, any suggestions on what you guys want me to play, what you guys want me to review, any of that stuff, let me know, because I'm open. If there's anyone you also would like to see me collab with, reach out to them about, collabing with me. Let me know so I can reach out to them. And we'll get the ball rolling, see what happens. And yeah, until then, I hope to see you guys in 2 weeks. And we'll kind of see where things go. And I'll go into more detail about all the stuff that went down with the basement, all that stuff, because the best thing I can describe it, which is how it was described to me, because I mentioned it to my D&D group that I play with. Well, haven't been able to play with for a bit because no computer, but I mentioned to them, keeping them up to date with everything. And the one person said that, I don't know if you guys watch Distractable with Markiplier, Meisker, and Lord Minion, but there was an episode early on called Bob's Fridge, and the one guy basically made a joke that this is my Bob's Fridge, and I can get really heated about everything that went down in the past few months. So I'll probably do that on stream at some point, because my God, did a lot of stupid shit happen. And that's the best way I can describe it. So that could be its own separate thing. But for now, wrap up. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. And I'll see you all in 2 weeks, hopefully. Bye for now.